This is the Irontrader and TGIF. Wow, what a wet and wild week this was with all those earnings on. Man, up and down, up and down. Wow, that was really something. Now, crude oil here. This is looking here really, really good today. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, today here we had actually I say that yesterday we had the earnings of Microsoft and Google, and they came out really, really good. So you can see what's happening here today. We got the old FOMO going. The NASDAQ futures are up here about almost 190 here right now. Okay, so I think this is going to be a really good trading day here. But what we have to do is make sure that it can hold that whole situation. So let's take a look here at crude oil. Now, yesterday, crude oil was just back and forth, back and forth. There was lot of really good trading in the crude there yesterday. And what I liked about it is it closed above this key 8 simple moving average at 82.89. That's always very, very good. Now, you notice that it held this 50-day. Even though it came down, it closed above, and that was very, very key. And then what we did is it ran right into the 8-day. And I say that 8-day is very, very strong. It's like a brick wall. And then right here again, the next day went above it, but came down. But yesterday it closed very, very nicely above it. And that tells you what you have to do then when you close above that 8 simple moving average, that you got to stay long, okay, in your position. Now what we're looking for here is we're looking for this 21 SMA at 84.53. Now we can see with our today's candle here, it's a nice higher high situation. So if we can get this 8-day here to come and roll right back down, I'll show you a nice example of that. Okay, see like this, where we had that price just going up higher, just like this, and then that 8-day, when that 8-day fell off. But once we got those bottoming tail in there, and then she rallied up here, then that 8-day curled right back up, then the price ran it right on up. So we got to see if this can curl right around again here, or if it's just going to, come right back on down. So what we want to watch here, let's just look at the downside first. We want to watch yesterday's high. You're looking at 83.83. And then the previous day, you're looking at 88.71. And then we'll come right here to 83.43. And then we're going to look here at this key level here, this 82.90. Now, we need to close above this 82.90 here for the week, and that would be very, very bullish. Obviously, if that is lost, then what we'll do, we'll go to the bottom here. You're looking at 82.44, and then we'll look to yesterday's low at 81.99, and then we have that nice 50 SMA sitting there at 81.55. If that's lost, what we'll do is we'll come right there to 80.70. There's your price channel, and then we have 80.01. She finally made it to the 80s here on your 200 simple moving average. But right now we're looking very, very good. So let's look at the upside. This is going to be key right here. It's going to be right the 21 SMA, 84.53. If we can close above that, this is what we're going to be looking for. We look to the bottom of this candle, 84.75. We'll look to the top of this candle at 85.51, and then we'll look on top of sticky here at 85.64. That will be your target. And then obviously we can just roll it right on up. We have, 86.11, and then we'll come to the next level at 86.18. Then we can just rally up at 86.38, and then we have 86.63. And we follow the candles all the way up until you get to this 87.67. But the key today is going to be two key levels. It's going to be this 21 SMA here on the upside. If we can get above that, and on the downside, you really need to hold that 82.90. Very, very nice. Now, again, your 21-day is going right on the upside. Your 50-day crossed over that 200-day. That's on the upside. You can see how it's holding it very, very nicely here. Now we just need to get that 8-day to roll above. But the price is above it. As long as it stays above that key 8 simple moving average, you're very, very good shape. Now, RSI here, it's sitting at 55. You got plenty of room to run. You can get to that 70 area very easy. Your MACD, green is still below the red, but you can see how it's trying to curl up here. If it can curl up and cross above that red, this is what you get, okay? See, just like that, boom, that can happen. Now, for the week here, I've been always pointing out here, it needs to close above this key 8 simple moving average at 82.65. So far, we're clearly above. and you need to close above that 82.03, that 100 SMA. So far, looking very good. We can get back and fold. We had a, like a red candle here. This week you had a lower low, but if we can close above here, then we have a good shot here at the bottom there. You're looking at that 87.67. A level here. This is what you're looking for. Now, again, if that can break out, then we just look right here. Okay, you're looking at 87.83, and then we have 88.29, and then this is what the candle you're looking for, 89.85. Call that $90. Okay, very, very nice. Then we just move right on up. Okay, 91.23. We have 91.88, 92.43. That's going to be key, and then up here 95.03. Call that 95. So two big targets, 90 and 95, if you can crack that 87.67. Okay, so right now here today, just watch the 21-day on the upside and that 8 SMA here on the downside. Those are your two key levels that you want to watch there today. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, before we get started here in natural gas, I'm going to just say if you ever want to look at the futures, just go to barchart.com. It's got everything. Now you can see where natural gas here, you look at it and say, geez, what happened to natural gas? Well, it gapped right on up there really, really, really nicely. Well, that's basically the contract now is in full roll. You are in the June contract. Okay, so we just came out of this May contract here. You had 1.56. And now we're sitting at 1.95. This is we are full blown into that June contract. So this is where we are. Now, if you can see here on these contracts here, as you get to July, you can see where it starts ratcheting up until you get all the way up here in the 3 level here. So always look at that. Now, one thing is very, very important. So if you trade these ETFs like UNG or BOIL or even like KOLD here on the short side, they're not going to reflect what you have here. But again, like UNG, it rallied up really good, but natural gas wasn't doing anything. But again, now we have the full roll and we are in the June contract here. Okay, so always remember that when you're trading the ETFs, you're not going to get a pop up just because natural gas pops up. Okay, let's take a look here at the charts. Okay, here we have your daily and your weekly chart. Now you can see the big gap up that's going on here. Full roll right in here into that June contract. Okay, so last time we had the contract roll, let me just big this up a little bit, easier to see, was right here. Okay, so this is where we had the nice pop up. Okay, so you're going to have to get used to that because now the spreads are getting really big. Next time you're going to be way in the 2s next time it pops right on up here. So you have to get used to these big jumps. Okay, so when it rolled up here, then it sold right on down here. But then we had some nice, really good 3 days up here. Okay, a couple days down. Then we had some really nice, good rallies up here going all the way on through this. Okay, so what we want to always do here is just always watch the roll here now, just like we had here. But if you notice that once it jumped up here like this, it always comes down and it seems like it wants to fill that gap. Okay, so just be very attentive to that gap. So now what we do is we want to look at the situation where you're sitting at 1.95. So far today got up to that 2.0, which is right there. That's what you're looking for here. But again, it's going to take a while for these charts here to straighten out a little bit. Okay, so just always remember that. Now, what we have here is we just follow these candles all the way on down here. So what you have is you have 1.943, you have 1.92, we have 1.89 level, and then we can start coming right here where we have this where we have that 1.85 level. Okay, so that's what you're going to be looking for here if it can fill that. Now again, below that, we have this 21 SMA here, 1.78. These will be moving here very easy. Then you have 1.76, and then we have your 8-day sitting right there at 1.758 here. But always watch that when you have that gap up like that, that eventually it wants to come there and fill that gap, just like this was all filled. Now, it didn't fill it instantly. That gap was 1.589, and this came all the way down to, like, say, 1.68. So it did not fill that, but it did fill it all the way when it came all the way down to this level in here. So just watch those gaps, just like here. So it kind of throws the charts out of whack compared to what we were trading here. So you can't really go by this. Your RSI is going up because it just jumped up. In the same way with your MACD. But on your weekly chart here now, you're back above this key 8 simple moving average, and that's really what you wanna be. Now, again, on the upside, if you can get some kind of a rally going out here, you have that 2.13 on that 21 day, you have 2.11 going on here. Okay, so you do have that, but when you have these gaps like this, always be very, very cautious here that this is going to be sold down. Okay, so that's how you have to look at when you're trading, when you have the contract rolled right on in here. Okay, so you can see where like UNG here now is down. It closed yesterday at 1437, and now you're down to the 1425 level. So let's just see how this is all going to shake out here. It's going to take a little time for this here to get all rolled. But again, just watch these key levels here all the way down here until we can get this gap fill, which is basically, you look at the top of that, is 1.583. Okay, so there's a lot of big distance just like we had here. However, that doesn't mean that it can't do the same thing like this and come right on down, okay, as these SMAs move up, and then we have some nice rallies going on. Okay, so just kind of watch it. Just be kind of alert here today here, because once we get this here, probably the trading in this will be a lot better there next week here on the natural gas. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here at midday trading, and we'll go and see what natural gas is doing. We'll see what crude oil is doing, and then we'll always throw something else in the old mix. Okay, thanks for watching.